So hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Now in our last video we have seen the steps to perform traversing in a binary tree, and we have seen that there are three types of binary tree traversal are possible. One is pre-order, then in-order, then post-order. Okay, so we have discussed the steps. Now in today's video we will see, we will write down the algorithm to perform traversal in a binary tree. So since there are three ways we can traverse a binary tree, we will see three different algorithms. Okay, and first we will discuss about pre-order. So I will recommend that before watching this video, you should just watch the video where I explain the process. Okay, so first we will see pre-order traversal. Okay, so we know in a pre-order traversal there are three steps. The first step, in the step 1 we will process root node. Okay, then in the step 2 we will traverse left subtree T1 using pre-order, and the third step is traverse right subtree T2 using pre-order. So these are the steps, and I explained these steps in my last video. So now we will see the algorithm. Okay, now since in a traversing method, to traverse the entire tree, we need to traverse the left subtree and right subtree of the root node. Therefore, traversing pre-order involves the pre-order traversal again. So that is a recursive process. So we will see how recursively the algorithm can be written. Okay, so now name of the algorithm is pre-order. Okay, now before that, let me tell you that how does the tree must be represented in the memory. Now there are two ways of representing a binary tree. One is array, another one is structure. Now we will assume that the tree is represented in the form of a linked list. So when a tree is represented in the form of a linked list, every node must have a structure of itself. So each node must have at least three fields: info field, then there are two pointer field. One pointer is known as left child pointer, second one is known as right child pointer. So first let me declare the structure of a single node. Struct node, then there must be a data. Let's say we have integer info. This is the info field where the data of the data element for a node will be stored. And then we have struct node asterisk left. So left means it is a pointer field which will point the left child node of the current node. Then struct node asterisk right. Now this is another pointer field. So this structure declaration gives the structure of a single node within a binary tree. Now we will see the algorithm. Now every node, every tree, every binary tree must have a starting point, and the starting point of the binary tree can be known from the address of its root node. So to represent a binary tree, we must have a pointer variable called root. Okay, so the pre-order algorithm steps. Pre-order, this is the name of the algorithm. Then the algorithm requires a parameter, and the parameter is a pointer variable where the address of the root node will be sent during the call. So the parameter should be a pointer variable of struct node data type. This same data type, struct node and asterisk root. Okay, so this variable asterisk root will contain address of the root node, and that node address must be passed to the algorithm pre-order function whenever it is called. Okay, so now we'll say begin. Now now we will write in a recursive manner. So in recursive algorithm, you know there must be an exit criteria. There must be a criteria that if that criteria satisfies, then algorithm will not call itself. Okay, that is known as the return criteria, and that is where the algorithm will stop working. Okay, so now my criteria for is that if the variable root contains a null value, then tree is empty, so then there is no need to perform any traversal. So I will write here like this. First I'll use a pointer variable struct node asterisk ptr equal to root. So the address of the root node is assigned in ptr. This is the first step. Okay, so I will create a temporary pointer variable which will first contain the address of the root node. So the variable root is now assigned in ptr. Now I will check if ptr is equals to null. So if ptr is null, then there is no tree, the tree is empty right now, so there is no need to perform traversing. So I will say return. So in that case, my algorithm will stop and it will not continue. It will not call the itself. Then in the else part, else. Now in the else part, everything should be written. We have 3 steps. So first, what should we do? We should process the node. We should process the info part. We should process the info part of the node that we have visited or we have reached. See, if ptr is not null, then we have reached to the root node. So first we will process the root node. So I can write process ptr of info. So this statement will process the node that we have currently reached. Once that node is processed, then what? We'll say a root node is processed. Now we have to perform traversing. Traversing what? Traversing the left subtree of the current node. My current node is ptr. So ptr pointing to a node which is my current node whose data is being processed. Now I have to, let's say suppose this is my current node. Okay, if this is my current node and its address is ptr, now its info part is processed, then our objective is to move towards its left, and in its left there might be a tree again. Tree means then again there must be collection of the entire subtree must be traversed. Okay, now for traversing we need the address of root node of the left subtree. Now the root of the left subtree, that address, that node is the left child of this current ptr node. So I will write preorder. So again preorder algorithm is called, and then I will pass an parameter. So and what should be the parameter? I have to pass root of left subtree of ptr. If ptr is my current node which is being already processed, then the root of left subtree. If this is the left subtree, its root is the left successor or left child of ptr. Okay, so ptr must contains 3 fields. One is info field, one is left pointer, one is right pointer. So I will write ptr of left. So this will give me address of the left child node of current ptr, and that node will be passed to the preorder algorithm again, so that it becomes the root of the left subtree. Okay, and when this function is called recursively, entire subtree will be processed or will be traversed. Then when this is finished, then I will write again preorder. So again the function is called. Now I will assume that step 1 is over, step 2 is over. Step 2 means the entire tree, left subtree has been traversed. Now I have to traverse right subtree of the ptr. So how can I get the address of its root? I will get the address of its root from ptr of right. Okay guys, this is else, this is end of if statement. Now I will say end. Okay, so this is what the recursive algorithm for pre-order traversal. Okay, now I can explain you how this algorithm shall work. Okay, so let me show you with a diagram. Now suppose 1, this is my root node. These are not data, rather these are addresses or node number 2, node number 3. Now suppose here of 2 has one child, that is 4, and 5 another child. 3 has only right child, that is let's say 6. Left child is missing. So this is my tree. And what is root? This one. So root. So root is 1. So this one is pointed. Now if I apply pre-order algorithm, okay, see, if this complete algorithm is applied, when the pre-order function will be called for the first time, there will be a variable struct node asterisk root. This variable will now contain address of the first node. So that address of the first node is 1. Okay, so let me write here, let me assume that first call to pre-order function, and in pre-order function there will be a variable called root. So what will be the value of root? First call means root equals to 1. Okay, so here I will write output. So output means how the program will produce. So root equal to 1. Now when you see the steps of my algorithm, in the step 1, first step, we have assigned ptr equal to root. So we will use now ptr is equal to 1. This is the first call to pre-order function. So ptr now becomes 1. Now it is examined if ptr is equal to null. Definitely this condition is false, so it will return. This is false, so it will jump over here. So now step number in else part has 3 steps. Okay, so this first step will be completed during first call. So process ptr of info. So process ptr info. So what is ptr here? 1. What is its info part? See, this is the info part. So which its info part will be processed. So which node output, in output which node will be processed first? The first node, that will be processed 1. So in the first call to pre-order algorithm, step 1 is over. Okay, step 1 is over. Now we have 2 more steps. Okay, in the second step, step 2. Step 2 says call. Okay, call pre-order. So now when pre-order is called, it will pass ptr of left. ptr of left. So what is ptr of left? Now for first call, the ptr is 1. Okay, so when the left is passed, what is the left of 1? So left of 1 is 2. So it will pass 2. So step 3 of first call will not execute it. Now pre-order, since it is called, I'll write you a different portion. So second call to pre-order. So when second call has been made, what is the value that it will receive? It will receive, in the variable root, it will receive 2. Okay, so in the second call, ptr equal to root means ptr will become 2. Now for the second call, again the entire algorithm will be examined. So if ptr is null, no, because in second call the value ptr is equal to how much? 2. So it will jump to the else part of the if condition. So in the else part, first step is process. So during second call, step 1 will be conducted. Step 1 means process ptr info. So what is ptr info? Ptr means 2, so node 2 will be processed, so our output will be 2. Okay, then for the second call, step 2 will be conducted. First call, step 2 has called here, so in the second call, step 2 says that again call preorder by passing left of ptr. So here left of ptr should be passed. See, ptr left, second step ptr left, and in the second call, step 3 will be waiting. So in call preorder, the parameter that will pass is ptr left. What is ptr in the second call? Ptr value is 2. So ptr of left is how much? 4. So now it will pass 4. Okay, so once again the third call will be made. Third call. See, from second call it will jump to third call. Okay, so preorder is made. The data came in the variable root will be how much? This 4. So value of root will be 4 now. So now ptr will be assigned how much? 4. So if ptr is null, no. So else part will be conducted. In its else part, we'll say step 1 means process ptr. So process ptr of info. So what is ptr of info? Ptr means 4. So node 4 will be processed. So it will process 4. Okay. Now step 2 of the third call. Step 2 of the third call says that call preorder. Now it will call preorder. Okay, by passing left of ptr. So what is left of ptr? So right in the third call, ptr value is 4. So ptr of left. See, in the step 2 when we call, we pass ptr of left. So left of ptr means who is left of 4? So left of 4 is how much? There is nothing left. So it will be null. So it will now pass null. Okay, when it pass null, so it will be called once again. So preorder will be called. This is another call. Okay, preorder value will be called, and in root the value that will be passed is null. Clear? Okay, this will be root, and in the variable root the value of root will be null. Okay, so this is our fourth call. In fourth call, we will see, for the entire code, we will see that ptr will become null. See, in the fourth call, again ptr will be assigned to how much? Root. So ptr becomes null. So if ptr null, if ptr equals to null, it will return back. It will return. So this statement will execute. Return statement will execute. Now it will be returned. The fourth call will be returned to whom? To the third call. To the point from where it has been called. Okay, so it will return back to the third position, third call, third instance. In the third instance, only step 2 has been completed now. Now it has a step 3 also. Its step 3 suggests again call to preorder. Null. Preorder. So in the step 3, what is the step 3? Preorder function is called and ptr write is passed. So in third call, ptr value is 4 and its write, see, write of ptr is null. So third call will again pass null. Okay, so it will again be called to another instance. So now instead of showing a different instance, I am showing the same instance. We call it flipped call. Okay, now a null value will be passed. Again from this it will return back, because when ptr is null, nothing to do, it will return back. So for the third instance, step 1, step 2, step 3 is over. And when third instance call is over, then it will go back to second instance, second call of preorder, where ptr value was 2. So in the second call, step 2, from step 2, this preorder has been called, so step 2 was over. But in the second call, step 3 is remain there. In second call, the value of ptr was 2, and we only traverse the left of 2 by passing 4. Okay, left 4 means left of 2. Now in the step 3, we again call preorder and right of ptr, ptr of right. So what is ptr of right? Who is ptr here is 2. So who is ptr of right? Right of 2 is 5. Okay, so it will again another call will be made. Another call means will show the same part. Okay, so it will call. See, these will be erased. The fifth call, third, they were not available in the memory. So again another copy of the pre-order function is loaded, and now ptr write is passed. Now in the variable root, the data 5 will be passed. Okay, the address 5 will be passed. Okay, and hence now process ptr of info. So node 5 will be processed. So after processing 1 2 4, it will process 5. Okay, now likewise, once ptr is processed, it will call pre-order by passing its left, and now its left is null, so there is no more processing will be required. Then it will call ptr means 5, right of 5. So right of 5 is again null, so it will be completed. Okay, so now second call to pre-order. Second call means the left subtree of 2, right subtree of 2. This 2 4 5, this 2 4 5, these all three are processed. So now we say second call is over. So when second call is over, it will move to the first call. So when first call means where the root was 1, and we say the step 2 of the first call is completed, call pre-order. So that means the left subtree of root is completely processed. Now we have step 3 in the first call, which suggests right subtree. Go to the right subtree. So call pre-order and pass right subtree 1 of 1. So right subtree of 1 is 3. So it will pass 3. So by when it is be called, then another instance of pre-order function will be loaded in the memory. Now it is not second call, it is another instance, and here root is now 3. Okay, now ptr value will become 3. Now this node 3 will be processed, so the output will be 3. After processing 3, here pre-order function will be called by passing left of 3. So what is left of 3? Null. So there is nothing to process. Then step 3, it will call right of 3. Right of 3 is 6. So again another instance will be loaded, where the root value will be 6. Root value will be how much? 6. Okay, now ptr will become also 6. Now the process ptr of info, the node 6 will be processed. So node 6 will be processed. Okay, and once node 6 will be processed, then its left subtree is null. So pre-order function will be called, and a null value will be passed, and when null value is passed to the next call, it will simply return back. And then its right function, right subtree, again null value will be passed, again it will simply return back. So the right subtree of 1 is also completed. Now it will come back to the first preference, first call, and the call is over. So this is how the pre-order function shall work. Okay, now we have two more algorithm. In the same manner, we can write those two algorithms. So I'll just show you this algorithm, okay, and you will examine how the function, how they will be executed in the memory. Okay, so next algorithm that we are going to discuss is in-order traversal. Okay, just mark the differences in-order and pre-order. In in-order, we know the first is traverse left subtree T1 of the root using in-order. So this is the steps. Then process root, then traverse right subtree. So these are the steps that we have discussed in our previous video. Traverse right subtree T2 using in-order. Okay, so in the same manner we will write the algorithm also here. So first we need to represent the structure of a single node. Struct node int info, this is the info part of a single node. Then struct node asterisk left, struct node asterisk right. Okay, so left and right is over. Now we'll write the algorithm in order struct node asterisk root. So root means the root address is passed to the algorithm. So begin. At first we'll create a temporary pointer variable struct node asterisk ptr, and I will assign root in that ptr. Then simply check if ptr is null. This is for return criteria. So if ptr equals to null, then return, my algorithm will stop. Else I have to perform those 3 steps. Now at first I will call the recursive function to traverse the left subtree of ptr. So how can we call? I will call in order. Then the parameter that I should pass is ptr of left. So ptr of left means this is the root node of the left subtree. So when this will complete, when the first recursive function recursively called this complete, it will traverse the entire subtree. Then I will process ptr of info, and then I will again write in order ptr of right. So this will traverse the right subtree of ptr so that my algorithm will complete. End if this is end. Okay, now you can see how the execution will be conducted. As usual, you can practice it with same tree. Okay, fine. Now let us discuss the last algorithm, that is post order. Okay, now in post order algorithm we will say the steps are traverse left subtree T1 using post order method. Second step is traverse right subtree T2 using post order method. And final step is process root. Okay, so these are the 3 steps. So now how these 3 steps are again written in algorithm. So now I will use struct node to define the structure of a single node, the same structure. Then we will have a struct node asterisk left, struct node asterisk right. So these are pointer field. Fine. Now the name of the algorithm, post order, and in this algorithm we will pass the root node, address of the root node, and that will be caught in a variable. So the variable must be a pointer variable struct node asterisk root. So this is a pointer variable which stores the address, which keep the address of the root node. Okay, now shall begin. I'll declare a temporary pointer variable here, struct node asterisk ptr equal to root. So value of this address of the root node is now stored in ptr. Now I'll check if ptr is null, then I should quit ptr equals null, then return. Else otherwise, if ptr not null, my traversal will conducted. First I have to traverse the left subtree of ptr, then I have to traverse the right subtree of ptr, then I have to process the info of ptr. So to traverse left subtree of ptr, I'll call the function again now this recursion is implemented, post order function is called, and its left child address should be passed. And now how can I pass the left child address of ptr? I can write ptr of left, then I will call post order. I have to pass the right child address, so ptr of right, then I will process ptr of info. Okay guys, end it. So these are the 3 different types of algorithm to traverse a binary tree. Okay, so hope you understood. So this is what our binary tree traversal is all about. In our next video, we will see a special kind of binary tree, which we call binary search tree. Okay, so that we'll see in our next video. So till then, thank you.